not to think?
Witches?
It would seem that the concept of logic does not exist in this world.
Souls. Let's take this chance to knock their case down a peg or two.
I'm worried if we keep this up, we'll all be joining a spell in a one-way trip to the flames.
Objection!
Objection.
Is he dabbing?
Touchdown!
Oh.
Most intriguing. A knight allows his sword to speak for him during battle. You have spoken with the words of swords of words. So be it. I too shall wield such a blade.
What do you mean?
Sir Blue Knight, there appears to be a hole in this, logic of yours.
A hole?
According to the earlier testimony, it was believed the accused had the lantern hanging from her wrist by the handle. However, she has supposedly dropped it, hence it was covered in mud.
That's right.
While that may be true, it does not necessarily mean the accused was therefore unable to use magic. It was merely a question of when she dropped the witch's scepter.
You won't.
It is very simple, my lord. The accused, while first holding the lantern and the witch's scepter, cast her magic. Then, she dropped both the lantern and the scepter.
Ah. The witch's scepter was dropped after the spell was cast. Of course, yes, that must be it.
Easy. Get fucked, like, or fucking Phoenix, right?
Damn.
What say you, Blue Knight? That is but a taste of knightly knowledge of the Inquisition.
Well, she's a bottom.
Wow.
Vickers, which we...
Oh, yeah.
Exemplary. Yeah, you
Oh,
expect nothing less from the Hannah Barnum.
This just sounds like XQC's groups after they're done with an Overwatch match.
Yeah.
Oh, to be able to shake that powerful hand someday.
Barnum!
That Inquisitor isn't quite what he first appeared.
Yeah, sure seems that way. Just a moment ago, it seemed like he never even heard of a logical debate. Now he's suddenly using it against us. This guy's no joke, that's for sure. He's got a scar to prove it.
Touchdown!
Oh, wow.
Now then, most honorable witnesses, I ask you lend us aid once more. Another testimony? Another one! Give us more testimony! My request is to testify again. Tell us which occurred first, the dropping of the lantern or the casting of the spell.
Witnesses, you may begin your testimonies. Tell this court in your own words about the sequence of events which transpired tonight.
Interesting.
Tell me about it!
Tell me about it.
God damn it.
Thank you, Sweet BB, and Mosh Pit in the Sky gifting a sub. Vapor Inhalant, Mosh Pit in the Sky gifting 2 more subs. Ali Sared has asked this. Mosh Pit in the Sky gifting apparently 2 more subs. Run Ray Dog, Mosh Pit in the Sky gifting 2 more subs. And Caters Bombaders and Jesse the Stig and Mosh Pit in the Sky gifting 2 more subs. And Lyndon Rowe, thank you guys very much.
Another one.
Another.
Of course, the lantern fell to the ground after the incantation of Ignace Sploosh.
I'm sure as snowy as white. I made certain that keep my eyes peeled in that milk bucket after all.
Besides, how can you be sure that Lancer fell just because there was a little mud on it?
These eyes don't lie! I saw the lantern in the accused's hand when the incantation was uttered.
Tell me about it!
You got it.
Figures. Testimonies are all over the place now.
These 4 testimonies, they are most interesting. The witnesses all saw the same thing, and yet, people's memories are evidently quite fickle. They can never be truly reliable source.
Well then, Professor, with enough poking and prodding and stabbing, I bet we can really cause their testimonies to crumble.
Get to stabbing, Luke.
Of course. You need to exploit their fickle memories to turn this around.
You got this, Nick. Oh, press them real hard. Even though remember they have what they have for breakfast. Press them.
You can't even remember what I had for breakfast.
Now, Sir Baker, you may begin your interrogation.
Holy shit. I feel like we've been doing this for 4 hours.
4 hours.
Oh my god. This is so much. Oh god. Okay, the lantern fell to the ground after the incantation of Ignaeus Sploosh.
Sploosh!
I sure knows where I made certain to keep my eyes peeled on that milk bucket after all.
Bah!
That
That's
doesn't
not
really...
what happened.
Yeah.
No, the thing about the incantation.
Oh. Oops. But earlier, you stated that Miss Cantabella opened up a pop, had the lantern hanging from her wrist. Oh, this is me. Well, not quite. Actually, you know what? John doesn't have any voices. Do you want?
Licky.
Do you want some, John?
You lick.
Dude, I'm still eating my sandwich.
How?
Lick.
Just
I made another one.
Lamb.
And you made another one? Okay. I wish I
Oh.
could make sandwiches mid.
You want another
dance,
lick?
right?
Lamb.
Well, not quite. We didn't say for certain. We only believed it was on her wrist.
Believed.
Yes, precisely. You know how you sniff milk when you're not quite sure if it's gone bad? And then your nose is assaulted by that foul odor that you weren't expecting? Well, it's a bit like that.
Heed my words, madam. Do not make a habit of stealing for your own safety.
We said we're sorry. Please, it was all Snowy's fault.
But, bitch!
Brother.
Anyway, we can confidently say that we both saw the milk bucket, right, Precious? And as for the lantern falling, we don't know much about that, do we now, Schnookums?
You threw me under the bus.
Yeah, that's
That's-
fucked up. What's that?
When, like, I remember specifically during the cutscene, the lantern fell. The flame dissipated when it fell into the mud, and then she said Ignaeus. The lantern fell first.
How do we prove our meta knowledge?
Yeah, right? I mean, it's kind of tough. Shit.
It has to do with that statement, though.
We can be sure the lantern fell just because of the mud. Oh, here.
No, not that one. The other one.
first
oh,
one?
Man. Yeah. I'll press that one.
Thank you, Mush, but this guy gives me another sub. Okay, fell to the ground after the incantation of Ignaeus.
So that's just straight up lie right there?
How would we prove that?
Well,
By
press it,
pressing
it
him.
says-
Oh, okay.
Might give you more evidence.
Hold it, sir. The lantern fell after the incantation. Are you positive about that?
I say I am positively positive that I am positive. I heard her voice and then sploosh.
That's sploosh. Was that the sound of the lantern hitting the ground?
Or was it the milk?
Indeed, but of course. Do you see?
But if you look at the lantern, you'll notice that the glass is unshattered.
No, it is shattered.
You specifically said you heard a sploosh. Shouldn't you have heard a sound of... Oh, did I say did it say
You said
shattered?
unshattered.
Oh,
I thought.
I probably did. Shouldn't you have heard the sound of glass shattering when it hit the ground?
The sound of glass shattering? No, I'm afraid I failed to catch your drift.
Oh, she does, though.
Uh-oh.
I was present in an area a bit farther away from the crime scene, you see. I have no recollection of hearing such a sound.
No recollection.
Precisely so. I'll have you know I can easily hear a dog barking across town. Do not underestimate my hearing.
I wasn't. Relax, Grandpa.
There's nothing of interest in this testimony. Will the witness with the goat please proceed with their testimony?
Right. You mean us. You started us, didn't you, Snowy?
Okay, so Why did... I'm sure Snowy is white. That made Serenity Mouse peel that milk bar. Why did it pop up with something? Is
I
it
don't
someone
know.
else?
No, I think it was definitely the woman because her eyes like did the crazy thing.
Maybe that was like a hint to do it on her?
Maybe.
I don't
But also it
know.
contradicts that she didn't hear the sploosh or see the sploosh, I guess. So she was keeping her eyes on the bucket.
I mean, we know the bucket didn't drop. It still has the milk in it. And she
Right.
took it. She said, didn't she say she walked up and took it off her arm?
Do you think it'd be different if we pressed her now?
Maybe?
Just go through it real fast, even then.
Hold it!
Hold it, ma'am. But earlier, you stated that Miss Cannabella had a lantern hanging from her wrist. Well, not quite. We didn't say for certain believe on her wrist. Believed is the same thing. Precisely. Your nose is assaulted by foul stuff. He my words, don't
Stinky,
steal.
Don't steal.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. It was little Snowy's fault.
Bah.
Oh, brother. Anyway, we still didn't see shit. So we're going to fall in snow schnookums.
Okay.
Oh, that was weird. I'm gonna be sure the lantern fell just because it has a little mud on it. That's kind of weird, right?
I mean, is there
How
harm
so?
pressing?
Like, other people are saying
Because
it
it's
fell.
broken. Because it's shattered. That's how
yeah.
we know.
Oh, you're
Oh, yeah.
right. Yeah.
So maybe it was her the whole time.
What do you mean? John, you get this girl.
I clearly already have a voice for you, but you just don't appreciate it.
But
so I
it's
don't
for the
even know what
people that alt tab so they can listen and still get the good gist, though. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna do this with the sandwich in my mouth.
No.
Where? No. Yeah, well, fuck it. Maybe the mod was already at the lantern before any of this happened. Do you ever think of that?
Where any of this happened?
Like, I don't know. Maybe it's been there since last week. It did rain last week too, after all. And if that's the case, then there really isn't any point arguing about whether or not you dropped the lantern, right? It's dilly-dally shilly-shally.
Fuck off.
I say, take a closer look at the lantern. You'll notice there's mud on the glass.
Mud on the glass?
The lantern wouldn't be very useful with all the mud blocking out the light. Miss Kira, I'd say your little theory regarding this lantern is muddy at best.
Sick.
Oh my god.
I could point at witnesses till the cows come home. That wouldn't turn this testimony into anything I can use. Gotta find a lead somewhere. Alright, so I think right here is where we just freaking give the lantern, right?
Yeah, I think so. It's contradiction after all.
What was the other guy's statement?
Lantern accused was when I saw the lantern, the accused hand when the incantation was.
I didn't mean to press that. Now we gotta sit through this scene.
What do you think, Nick? Do you know these fishes?
Yeah, maybe.
Because they're so delicious.
Think there may be something I can use.
Really? Wow, I didn't hear anything special. I'm done.
There was definitely something out of place about that one witness's testimony. It was something I haven't noticed from any of the witnesses so far.
It appears you may have found something, Mr. Wright.
A 4-witness cross-examination. This is something I've never done before. But then, maybe there's another way I should be tackling this.
I believe it is worth entrusting your intuition, Mr. Wright.
Okay, I got it. Alright, let's try pressing that old man one more time.
Maybe that was what that thing meant.
I guess so.
Double press.
Okay.
Hold it!
Hold it. Lantern fell after the incantation. Are you positive of that?
Be positive of it.
I say I'm positively positive that I was sploosh. Sploosh.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so he's positive. So can't we just use his testimony against the other one's testimony?
Maybe? Glass shattered.
The
Uh-huh.
glass is shattered. You specifically said sploosh.
Sploosh.
See, that sounds weird with the sploosh part.
Sploosh.
Sound of glass shattering. No.
Nope, he hears a dog barking from across town, dude.
What is that?
What is that? Look, she's raising her hand. She wants to add something.
I just don't get it.
She's freaking out. She's like, you're an idiot.
Hold it. There it is. Right there. I knew I heard something strange. Oh, is this showing this mechanic, I'm guessing now?
It was a tutorial all along.
This whole, we're in a tutorial still?
Oh, but old Greybeard didn't say anything weird.
Maya, it's not the old guy that said something weird. It's the person next to him.
Next to him? What does that mean?
Ah, look there, Professor. The goat lady. She looks really deep in thought.
It would seem she has noticed something odd in the elderly gentleman's testimony.
That's right. These cross-examinations have 4 witnesses. Hey, Nick, it looks like we're not the only ones paying attention around these testimonies.
Right. Which means, if they're all listening to each other's testimonies...
Correct, Mr. Wright. Each witness is fully aware of themselves and their own actions when they're in the middle of their own testimonies. However, it is while listening to the testimonies of others that the witness may sometimes reveal the most valuable information.
I see. It's habitual. They can't tell they're doing it, but I can. And I'm gonna use it to turn the tide back in our favor.
In fact, I do believe I may have spotted our first opening to which to test this new technique. Mr. Wright, could you draw the attention of the touchscreen?
Hell yeah! The touchscreen.
I'm breaking the 4th wall.
Oh, okay.
Slide the magnifying glass over the touch window. You shift your focus across the other witnesses. You're welcome.
Right. So the important thing here is the witness that's in mid-testimony. Wait, isn't the witness in mid-testimony? It's the other 3 witnesses listening. It's just a matter of catching them off guard and questioning them.
What are you waiting for, Nick? Give it a shot. Just do it. How about that? Try questioning Gold Lady right next to old beard.
Okay. All I have to do is slide the magnifying glass over to that witness.
Oh boy.
Okay, sound glass shattering. No, I'm afraid I failed to catch your drift. Interesting. Hang on! Excuse me, Miss, Mary?
Oh, do you mean us? But Snowy and I have nothing else to say.
I knew it. I caught her completely by surprise. Mr. Wordsmith just gave his testimony. He told us all about the sound he heard when the lantern fell to the ground. Mr. Wordsmith didn't seem too sure, but I wonder if you might have had something to say about this.
Huh? Well, that's... Is that all right, Sir Barnum? May we answer the question?
Ugh. Do what you will, madam. There's no need for formalities. It's only life or death, I guess.
Well, we'll try to explain, won't we, Snowy? The truth is, we did hear something. That is to say, we heard the sound of the lantern's glass shattering. We're sure of it. It was frighteningly loud.
You go sploosh? Sploosh.
It quite startled us, didn't it, Snowy dear? I looked in the direction of the sound, but I couldn't see anything, let alone the girl or those 2 thieves. It was a tad dark, after all.
When the glass shattered, the flame inside must have gone out, and she could not see them. That seems to be the gist of it.
Then, as I peered into the darkness, I heard it.
Splooge.
You heard it. What did you hear exactly?
You know, that I heard.
Get your ass back here, slaves.
Get your ass back here.
Oh.
What? What'd you say? What?
Now, hold it right there, witness.
Yes, my lord.
The glass shattering when the lantern fell. Then, after that, you heard the incantation of the spell.
You heard it! Ignace!
Do you swear to this court that this is, without a doubt, correct?
Yes, maybe. I think.
How about my testimony? What of my oratorical activation?
Who taught you that word?
The plastic spell Ignace did, and it occurred first. Then the lantern plummeted to the ground, I'm sure of it.
Is Jen making another sandwich?
Oh,
Oh. Okay.
I had no such thing. There was no sound of shattering glass.
Absurd! Simply absurd! So the lantern fell and the glass shattered. That does not change the very fact that this girl is a witch!
Objection! I hate to disappoint you, but that's not quite the case. In fact, this testimony changes things a lot. Wouldn't you agree, Inquisitor Barnum?
You?
Let's go over what we know so far. In order for a witch to use any magic, they must be holding a witch's scepter. And yet, none of the four witnesses saw the defendant holding a scepter of any kind.
That's because the scepter was made to disappear at the Spion de Mare, correct?
At the time of the crime, the two victims grabbed Miss Cantabella's arm, causing her to drop the lantern onto the ground. If, at the time, she was in fact holding an invisible scepter, then the scepter must have fallen when she dropped the lantern. Now, let's say, hypothetically, that Miss Cantabella really is a witch.
He admits it!
No, hypothetically, it means
Oh, what's that word mean?
fate.
He's a witch!
Ah, goddamn. In order to use any magic, she would have had to recite the spell before dropping the scepter. However, as our witness, Miss Mary, has just stated in her testimony, she heard the incantation for Ignace after hearing the lantern glass shatter.
Ah!
Ooh.
Rabble.
You do all understand what that means, don't you? It means that Miss Cantabella, the supposed witch you've locked up, could not possibly have cast any magic. Therefore, the defendant, Espella Cantabella, is clearly in no way, shape, or form a witch.
Warg! Bye!
Oh my god.
Full combo.
Such frivolity. Do you realize what you're insinuating? Do you really think she's not a witch?
Such nonsense. Did any of you even listen to my testimony?
Yeah, we did, but you're wrong. There was no glass shattering.
Are you calling me a liar, missy? You couldn't even see the matter in the lantern when it was plain as day.
Yeah! What ridiculous claims, all of you!
Are you gonna cut them?
You're dead! You're
Oh.
fucking dead!
Woo! Hush! Take a little sword and go back to playing knights or pretend.
Touchdown!
Huh?
Witnesses. This is a court of law, not a playground. Must I remind you of the importance of these proceedings? Witches and their magic threaten our Fairtown Labyrinthia. Your words here today could decide the fate of every single citizen within our walls. Do you understand?
Execution.
As such, I expected each of you to take a knee. You're dead. You're fucking dead, but please be honest from now on.
Oh shit, I'm sorry.
Rebel.
In all my days as judge in this court, I've never seen such behavior. Behavior that leads a cloud of doubt over the credibility of each of your testimonies.
Indeed, my lord. Quite a miserable set of witnesses, this lot. I see. It would appear this trial has come to a sudden halt.
Huh? So, that must mean...
Quite right. Time for a recess.
Yeah, of course.
It means you win!
We've won?
I can hardly believe the situation we have found ourselves in. I did not anticipate this trial ending with such a strange turn of events. But due to these witnesses' dubious credibility, I see no reason to continue. What say you, Inquisitor Barnum?
I say give him another testimony. Why the fuck not? You know what I'm saying? What do you got, dude?
Well, what is
Rebel,
going on?
They're
They're actually gonna let this witch run free through this town.
Rebel.
Curses, it must have for that
Rebel.
witch and her friends.
Barnum,
Barnum. Oh.
Hold it.
Oh god, who the fuck is that?
Who is this?
It's just some guy.
This trial ain't even close to being over.
Thank God for some guy.
Stand to testify.
Okay, some guy.
That's what we need, a drunk.
Yeah, I'll take a drunk.
Order! Order! Who is this buffoon?
Damn, Snake, you got
I
good.
will not listen to such buffoonery.
Holy shit.
Behold!
Optic
Who
blast.
am I, you ask? Who am I? Why? I'm the man that's gonna single-handedly save this trial. I'm the fifth witness.
Say what?
He's establishing his credibility already by swinging
What?
alcohol.
Even Barnum didn't see this one coming.
John?
I don't... Your disrespect for my sandwich is frankly, like, unbecoming of our friendship.
I'm sorry, it's just you have the least lines.
It's just gonna sit here and get moldy now, and
I'm
like, why the fuck? Why did I even make it? Why did I make it?
I don't know.
You know what? Let me go throw it away real quick, and I'll do your fucking right back.
He could read them while eating it. It's not hard. You just put it in your mouth and talk.
Alright, I threw away my peanut butter too.
Oh,
Fuck it,
my
I'm not
God.
gonna be making any more sandwiches.
The whole fucking jar.
Fucking Hitler squad. Alright.
Just as I thought. This trial was going down the full of the drain before I even got here. I'm a little drunk. Alright, you lot, assemble. We need a strategy meeting ASAP. Also a AAA meeting, AA, whatever the fuck it is.
I say, who are you?
Thank goodness you showed up.
It's come down to this. To arms, everyone! We shall do battle against the baker and the hat seller.
I can't believe this. What the heck is going on?
Truly fascinating. It seems a new witness has taken the stand. What's more, he appears to be a quite formidable witness.
What makes you think that?
Well,
Rabble,
I guess.
rabble.
Wait,
This
like
trial.
this out.
It's still far from over.
Thank God.
Oh man. Oh, okay, we're done tonight. There's no fucking way we're doing more. I'm sorry. We've
So I
been
could
doing
have kept my sandwich. Holy shit.
Yeah, why do you
Go
throw it
get out of the
away?
trash quick,
Go get out
dude.
of the trash. 30 seconds.
Nah, dude, I already took the trash out and fucking burned it. It's just never gonna be no chance.
How did you do it so fast?
They have
I
a
have an
compost
incinerator.
heap.